Hey, I get it. You've probably spent a few minutes scrolling through endless grooming tables, wondering which one actually lives up to the hype and which one will just sit in the corner gathering dust. You don't want to drop a few $100s on a piece of equipment that looks great on the box but ends up being a hassle every time you try to use it. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and I'm here to walk through the real-world pros and cons so you can decide if this is the table that will actually make your grooming routine smoother, or if you should keep looking. First off, let's talk about the problem most dog owners and groomers face: stability and comfort. A wobbly table makes it hard to clip, trim, or bathe a squirming pooch, and a low-quality surface can slip right out from under a nervous dog. The Flying Pig Professional Electric Grooming Table tries to solve those exact pain points with a full stainless steel frame, a quiet electric lift that moves from 12 to 40 inches, and a soft silicone top that promises a non-slip grip. Those aren't just marketing buzzwords when you're dealing with a 150-pound Mastiff or a jittery terrier. The difference between a sturdy steel frame and a flimsy plastic base is night and day. Now, who actually needs a table like this? If you run a grooming business, or if you have multiple large breed dogs that need regular baths, haircuts, and nail trims, the capacity rating of up to 220 pounds is a real advantage. Imagine trying to groom a Labrador that's just hit the big boy phase. Its weight alone can push a cheap table to the edge. The heavy-duty style steel construction on this Flying Pig model means you won't be worrying about the frame bending under that load. For a professional, the quick-adjust electric lift also saves time. You can raise the table with a foot pedal while the dog is already on it, reducing the need to manually reposition or lift the animal. That translates directly into more appointments per day and less strain on your back. If you're a casual pet parent who only brushes the dog once a week and maybe gives a quick bath once a month, you might be better off with a simpler, fold-up table. The Flying Pig's stainless steel body adds weight. Once assembled, it feels solid, which is great for durability but also means you need space to store it and a sturdy floor to keep it level. The retractable wheels make it mobile, but you'll still need a clear path to roll it out of the garage or grooming room. For an apartment dweller with a tiny poodle, that footprint could feel like overkill, especially if you're not using the lift feature very often. Speaking of the lift, the quiet electric motor is one of the standout practical strengths. In a typical grooming session, you'll hear a faint hum as the table rises or lowers, far quieter than the whirring you get on many battery-powered lifts. That low noise level is less likely to startle a nervous dog, which can keep the whole session calmer. The dual-foot pedal design lets you adjust the height without having to reach under the table, which is a subtle but handy detail when you're already juggling clippers, brushes, and a wet dog. I've seen groomers who swear by the ability to keep one hand on the dog while the other foot nudges the table up a few inches. That hands-free adjustment can be a lifesaver during a quick trim or a bath when the dog is shifting. The silicone top is another practical element. It's removable, so you can wipe it down after a muddy bath or a grooming session with a lot of fur. The non-slip texture holds a shivering terrier in place just as well as it supports a heavyweight Saint Bernard. In my own test with a 90-pound golden retriever, the surface didn't shift even when the dog tried to stand up and sit down repeatedly. The fact that it's soft also means you're less likely to hurt a dog's joints if it jumps or slides a little, something that's easy to forget when you're focused on the haircut rather than the animal's comfort. However, no product is perfect, and there are a couple of hidden trade-offs to keep in mind. The first is the initial cost. A fully stainless steel, electric lift table sits at the higher end of the market, and while the durability and capacity justify that price for many professionals, a hobbyist may find the expense hard to swallow. Second, assembly isn't a weekend DIY project. The frame comes in several pieces that need to be bolted together, and you'll have to attach the motor and the wheels. The instructions are clear, but if you're not comfortable with tools, you might need a friend or a professional to get it set up. Lastly, the electric lift requires a power outlet nearby, which can be a limitation if you groom in a space without easy access to electricity. In a busy grooming salon,